Good evening and welcome to TUTV. My name is Reese Wood.
And I'm Anderson Bell. Got a lot of great stories to get into today, so let's jump right in. 2 years ago today, the Israeli invasion of the Gaza Strip began following a terrorist attack by the Palestinian group Hamas. 1,195 Israelis died in the attack and a further 251 were taken hostage. In the 2 years since, Israel has conducted a nearly continuous military campaign which the Human Rights Council and many scholars have deemed a genocide. TUTV asked for a moment of silence for the at least 66,500 Palestinians killed in the genocide and the 1,195 Israeli victims of the 2023 attacks, the dozens of hostages still held in Gaza, and the hundreds of thousands of Palestinians, many of them children, whose fates are still unknown amidst the destruction of their homes.
Thank you. In international headlines, Prime Minister of France, Sébastien Lecornu, has resigned after less than a month in office. Lecornu was France's fourth prime minister in the year since a snap election saw left-wing and far-right parties make gains in parliament. President Emmanuel Macron has faced widespread criticism for calling the election. All four most recent prime ministers have led minority governments. None have included the new Popular Front, despite it being the largest coalition in the National Assembly. Yesterday, the government of Nigeria began a countrywide vaccination effort as part of its primary health care under one roof strategy. The country plans to vaccinate 106 million children against polio, measles, and rubella. In national headlines, the United States national government has been shut down since last Monday, as national lawmakers remain in impasse over whether Americans should continue to receive ACA benefits.
Electric bills across Oklahoma are expected to increase as both OG&E and PSO propose major infrastructure upgrades. OG&E is planning 2 new natural gas generators, which would raise monthly residential bills by about 60 cents starting in 2026. PSO's plan includes additional power sources to meet demand, with bills potentially rising to up $10 monthly over the next few years. The increases are being driven by higher energy demand, infrastructure needs, and natural gas prices. Utility rates for on-campus apartments will also likely be affected by the proposed upgrades.
Although Oklahoma no longer actively promotes water fluoridation, more than half the state's population, about 57%, still receives fluoridated water. The Fluoride Action Network, an organization that opposes water fluoridation, argues that, quote, in an era of fluoridated toothpastes and other consumer products that boost dental health, the potential risks from consuming fluoridated water may outweigh the benefits for some individuals, end quote. However, public health experts warn that scaling back fluoride could lead to a spike in dental care needs, especially in rural areas with limited access to treatment. The American Dental Association continues to strongly support water fluoridation, citing its role in preventing tooth decay. According to a recent report, eliminating fluoride from Oklahoma's public water systems could lead to nearly $507 million in additional dental treatment costs over 5 years. Research also shows that the fluoridated water helps reduce cavities by about 25% in both children and in adults.
Tonight, the University of Tulsa continues its presidential lecture series at the Lorton Performance Center by welcoming best-selling author and Cherokee citizen Daniel H. Wilson. The lecture is open to the public beginning at 7:30 and concluding with a moderated Q&A and book signing. Yesterday, TUTV's Aristotle Orsini sat down with Wilson to discuss robotics, AI, and his time at TU. Here's our special guest interview.
Welcome back to TUTV. I'm Aristotle Orsini, and I'm so excited to be here interviewing presidential lecturer Daniel H. Wilson.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Dr. Wilson, you have
Yeah.
a doctorate in robotics?
I did. I went out and got that PhD, but I don't insist that everybody calls me doctor.
All right. So you went to TU as an undergraduate, right?
That's right.
And now you're back here to talk about what exactly?
I have a new novel out. So ever since I got my science degree from here and then eventually a graduate degree, I've just been using that to write science fiction instead of getting a real job. So I have a new novel called Hole in the Sky that is, it's an alien first contact story told from the perspective of native characters. And it's set out here in northeastern Oklahoma in the Cherokee Reservation.
Is there supposed to be a parallel there between, like European contact with Native Americans and then some futuristic contact with Native Americans?
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely playing with those ideas. I mean, if you look at most alien invasion stories that we've seen, the aliens show up and they want to extract our resources. They want to steal our land, our water. They want to enslave us, take over our bodies, and it's all really feels like just a fear projection, that the aliens are going to show up and do to us what colonizers have done to indigenous people forever.
So you got a doctorate in robotics and then just used that to write. Was that your plan going in? Were you were always interested in writing, but you wanted to talk about sci-fi specifically, so you figured you would get the background in that? Or as you learned more about sci-fi, or as you learned more about robotics and stuff, you were like, man, I really like writing.
Do you think I'm an insane person? Who would go and get I built robots in basements for like 6 years. It was so hard. You think I did that so I could write science fiction? No. I mean, obviously that wasn't the plan. I studied robotics as like a consolation prize. I wanted to write science fiction, and then nobody was gonna give me money or read my books. And so I was like, fine, if I can't write science fiction, and robots are real, I will go study robots.
You'll just make science fiction.
I like robots, I like science fiction, and there's some places in life where science fiction is coming true, and so that's kind of how I ended up getting a doctorate in robotics. But you're right, after I finished, suddenly people were interested in reading what I had to say, and that was way too tempting for me. And so I thought to myself, I'll write books until it peters out, and then I'll go get a real job as a roboticist. And it never happened, so here I am.
How did your time at specifically the University of Tulsa shape your career as a writer and lead you into the types of themes and stylistic choices you make today?
Yeah, well, this is where I discovered that AI was a real thing. So, I mean, I was here a long time ago, 96 to 2000. And I had my advisor was Dr. Sandip Sen, and he was studying AI. And I did not know that that was like a real thing that you could do. And I kind of treated my life as a role-playing game. And I was like choosing what skills I wanted for my character. And I was like, ooh, artificial intelligence, this is good. Let's put this on the list. And so I really dove in with him. And so once I kind of discovered that there was this world of robotics and artificial intelligence and just super fun stuff to do and think about, I dove in and I never looked back. And it was thanks to TU that I even knew that stuff existed, because I didn't really know it was even out there.
You obviously have a lot of understanding with robotics and the development of AI. You have a doctorate in it.
Sure.
Are you worried about, as a creative and as a sort of an expert in this field, are you worried about AI replacing writers, taking over creative fields? Where do you see 20 years from now AI's role in those sort of?
Yeah, I mean, it's worrisome, right? I have discovered so far that it's not that useful for being creative. It's useful for analyzing stuff, summarizing things. But so I got contacted by a large corporation working on AI probably 3 or 4 years before OpenAI came out, and they said, we've got this product that will do all the creative part of writing, and we want you to test it out and tell us how great it is. And I was like, why do you think I learned how to write? It's so I could take what's in here and put it into the world to do the creative part, right? And so they're so out of touch as engineers. They were thinking, let's make a machine that can do all the creativity. So, I mean, look, human beings want to be creative. Human beings want to take what's in their heads and put it into the world. And at the end of the day, human beings have actual experiences being human that other people can relate to, right? And that's the one thing that the AI will never have. It will never have lived a human life, and therefore it will never sort of have that, that veracity, right, about what it's writing, no matter how good it is, right? So my feeling is that there will always be a place for human beings in the process.
Yeah. Daniel, thank you
Hey.
so much for coming by. A really insightful interview.
Thanks.
Thank you for watching TUTV, and we'll be right back.
Still to come, interviews with members of the Ultimate Frisbee Club and visiting poet Douglas Carney.
Plus, a look at some upcoming campus events. We'll be back after this short look at some sights and sounds from the Tulsa State Fair.
Like the art. Mine is really fun. Hi, my name is Randy McIntosh. I've gone to the state fair pretty much every year since I can remember, but this year feels extra safe because of all the police officers. Every single corner you turn, there's some type of security watching and making sure everyone's safe, and it's just a fun environment for everyone. People are safe.
I'm excited for the fair. I'm excited for the food that's going to be there, especially the fried pickle pizza. And I'm excited for the rides and the concerts. I saw Ty Myers perform the other day.
For TUTV, I'm Michaela Crownover.
Howdy and welcome back to TUTV. I'm Bruce Bigler.
And I'm Hope Gadarian. In this segment, we continue our coverage.
We continue our coverage of the various faculty moves and relocations around campus buildings, but first, let's go ahead and check out some upcoming campus events. Interested in entrepreneurship and venture capital? Attend Startup's monthly meetings that aim to educate, connect, and provide a unique experience to students interested in the realm of entrepreneurship. The group meets the third Thursday of every month at 4:30 p.m. Also, join the Center for Global Engagement on Thursday for Indian tea, henna, and to learn about their J-term travel course to India. The event will run from 11:30 to 1 at the Hurricane Plaza.
Have you ever entered the Collins Fitness Center and thought, I want to climb that rock wall? Get certified to use the Fitness Center's rock climbing equipment every Tuesday or Thursday afternoon from 4 to 6 p.m. Join the Wesley Foundation for their Thursday lunch from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Enjoy free fruit salad, main dish, and gluten-free and vegetarian options are available.
Last Thursday, the ongoing campus relocations continued in Chapman Hall's Department of English and Creative Writing. Dr. Bob Jackson, Dr. Grant Jenkins, and Professor Quresh Ali Lansana had their offices moved to new rooms on the third floor. In an effort to, quote, minimize disruption to faculty, end quote, the dean's office staff completed the move in 2 hours with assistance from interim president Rick Dixon and his wife. Despite the administration's intentions, affected faculty were displeased and frustrated with the intra-building move. The whole of the English department had expressed significant opposition, and faculty was not included in the decision. Dr. Jackson's new office was still deconstructed on Friday afternoon, and the tenured professor shared that, quote, it makes it harder to focus on teaching and working with my students. It's pretty obvious that these sorts of moves should include faculty input, and if they happen, they should happen over winter or summer break. That way, at least the effect on teaching and learning would be kept to a minimum. The move is in preparation for the Oxley College to vacate their building at 1215 South Boulder Avenue before its lease expires in December. Speculation has connected the move to budget cuts, which have affected faculty research, student organizations, and university staff in the recent months. When asked for comment, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, Dr. Blaine Gredeman, reaffirmed the primary motivation as nurturing campus life and eliminating commute requirements for nursing students. The moves intended to unite faculty units on the third floor with nursing faculty, quote, on the south side, and all English faculty to be on the north side, end quote.
The Department of English and Creative Writing welcomed poet and author Douglas Kearney for a reading in Terrell Hall last week. A TU student and Douglas Kearney himself with reporter Kevin Harris about the event.
The University of Tulsa welcomed distinguished poet and author Douglas Kearney into Terrell Hall's auditorium this past Monday. The event featured many works from the speaker and was embraced with a full auditorium. Here's what a TU student had to say.
Hi, my name is Alan. I attended a poetry reading today. My favorite part was when Professor Kearney recited his poem, The Backseat Dance, which was basically a metaphor for getting arrested. Thank you.
And now let's hear a word from the speaker himself about the event.
Hey, I'm Douglas Kearney, and I am a poet and performer. I make operas, a lot of different stuff. I think one of the things that holds my poetry together, whether it's the more visually unconventional stuff that I do, or even just like regular, what I call like Microsoft Word poetry, where it's just, you just type in lines, is this idea of collage and juxtaposition. I love what happens when you have two things that contrast and you kind of put them together next to each other. And this is something that can happen whether you're talking about like the kind of speech, like, you know, you're using some term from like critical theory, but then you're matching that with like a trap ad lib or something like that. So that has this kind of collaged feel, this feeling of things from two different contexts mashing together. And that to me is what has anchored so much of my work and the kind of art that I love.
For TUTV, I'm Heaven Harris.
Held at the Office of Resilience and Belonging, TU's African American Studies Club is holding an orientation for their first campus rap battle. We go to TUTV reporter Trey Williams for more on this story.
We're here at the Office of Resilience and Belonging, where TU's African American Studies Club are holding orientation for their first campus-wide student group rap battle.
All right, guys, I'm here with the attendees of the event.
Evan.
Indy.
Whit.
Now, guys, what got you interested in doing the rap battle?
Well, ever since I took Professor Q's class last semester and we did like rap battles there, I've been sort of into it, and I've been thinking that I could sort of continue on with the craft.
Yeah, I write a lot of bars sometimes when I'm bored, and they've just been staying in my notes app, so I figured more people should see it. I should get out on the big stage.
Nice. Now, who are some of your top rappers?
I gotta go with probably like that 90s New York City sound, so like Mobb Deep, Nas, Biggie, those sorts of people.
21 Savage is a big inspiration for me. 501 Bryce, new on the scene. Freddie Gibbs, amazing.
I really I like Billy Woods a lot. He's probably my favorite rapper, and I also really like listening to Kanye and Nas.
Nice. For my final question, can any of you freestyle?
Oh, I can freestyle.
Oh, word?
So much cash, I eat off paper plates.
Money.
All my dogs be shooting, so I put them in the crate. 50 on my circuits test, cause I came in late. Ops run away so much that they had to buy some skates.
The hosts welcome all who want to learn or compete, and by the looks of it, the competition is already here. Reach out to TU's African American Studies or the Office of Resilience and Belonging for more information. For TUTV, I'm Trey Williams.
Midterm season is kicking into gear, and with that often comes a struggle to balance work and rest. Reporter Chelsea Hinojosa takes a look at the new space on campus to relax during the day.
Allen Chapman Student Union, known to some as the ACAC, is one of the main meeting hubs at the University of Tulsa. Students come here to eat, pick up books or packages, or just sit down to catch up with friends.
But what some might not know is within the hustle and bustle of a student union, there's a room upstairs made for peace and quiet and to take a break.
Wellness Wednesdays is the curated space to intentionally wind down, take a pause. It's not forever, it's just an hour.
There's so many different things that you can do in a space that is meant for just you, focused on just you.
So this space is curated to be intentional about creating a space for people to pause, to stop, to take a break, and listen.
For TUTV, I'm Chelsea Hinojosa.
Still to come, we take a look at some exciting campus clubs, organizations, and events.
Plus, correspondent Anderson Bell brings us his analysis of TU football. We'll be back after this.
Hi, and welcome back to your TUTV weather. Starting off with our 7-day forecast, we can see that temperatures today are the lowest they're going to be for the rest of this coming week, slowly climbing again to 90 by Sunday. 20% chance of rain next Monday will slightly cool things off, with warmer temperatures returning Tuesday and into the following week. That about does it for our 7-day weather. Now, looking ahead to the future, I know many of you, including myself, have been wondering when fall weather will finally arrive. And as you see here on our countdown, we have 13 days, give or take a little bit, until those finally come. We'll be seeing cool wind, nice chilly evenings, and beautiful changing leaves. In other meteorological news this week, the National Weather Service completed its audit of the damage indicators present after the June 20th, 2025 Enderlin tornado. Initially rated an EF3 on the Hans Fugitive scale, it was upgraded to an EF5, the highest damage indicator possible on that scale. Indicators included a fully loaded train being thrown over 475 feet, as well as a nearly 1 mile wide swath of trees having their bark completely removed by the severe winds. Winds are estimated to be around 210 miles an hour. This, of course, marks the first EF5 in over 12 years since the 2013 El Reno tornado. I'm Carter Reed, and this has been your TUTV weather.
That was some great coverage. I'm Hope Gadarian.
And I'm Hendrik Dubois.
Tonight, we cover a variety of campus clubs, organizations, and activities.
Plus, our new segment on student outfits and fashion. Let's jump right in. Intramural sports aren't the only way to get involved on campus. We turn to TUTV reporter Jody Hollins with more on TU's Ultimate Frisbee Club and their president, Cole Thompson.
Ultimate Frisbee Club meets every Tuesday night at the Harwell Field, and Club President Cole Thompson breaks down everything you need to know before showing up.
We play Frisbee, we do a few drills, get a little bit of a better understanding of the game, how the rules work, and the best strategies to go and compete, and then we come here and scrimmage. We are open to all levels of experience. We've had people show up and never have touched a disc before and come in and find a home here at the Ultimate Frisbee Club.
And actually showing up to Ultimate Frisbee increases your chances of securing your very own Party Force Frisbee.
Yeah, so Ultimate is literally the best thing on campus. There's nothing I come to like more consistently. Every single week you make time for it because it's the best and you'll just make great friends.
For TUTV, I'm Jody Hollins.
3, 2, 1, Party Force!
Held in the TU Center of Global Engagement, the English Conversation Group is an opportunity for students to make new friends and practice English language skills. The Director of International Student Engagement and TU student and reporter Vaughn Vo talk about their experience.
Hi, for TUTV, I'm Van Vo. I'm here at the Center for Global Engagement to check out the English Conversation Group. Every other Friday from 12 to 1 p.m., students can practice English and also make new friends. So let's see what it's all about.
I wanted to start this group after I met a lot of new students who I could tell were a little nervous using English with their friends and classmates. And I wanted to create an environment where they could come practice their English that they already mastered and know, but give them the confidence to use it across campus. Yeah, one of the biggest challenges I had when starting the program was getting people involved. That is still my goal, is that I try to meet everyone's schedules, encourage people to come. I know it can sound scary meeting with people in a different group or language, but I want people to be involved and to be comfortable meeting with other students.
Well, there is a lot of internationals where I can meet a lot of them, and the thing is, you learn new accents. So there are some students from France, there are some students from Scotland, and whenever I listen to their accent, so I just wonder how they're speaking, and they're sometimes really beautiful. I've been living here in America for a year, but still, when I listen to their way of speaking, it's really interesting and it's really fun though. So I would really recommend you to come and join us. Thank you.
What are students wearing on campus this week? Reporter Avery Vick met with students to discuss their outfits in TUTV's new segment, Fashion Patrol.
What's up, TUTV? It's Avery Vick, and today we're going on Fashion Patrol. Let's go.
My name is Sami.
I'm a marketing major. I'm a junior, and today I pick up this outfit just because of the sun, and I feel like it goes good with like the sun, the weather.
Hi, I'm Juliana Farrell. I'm a political science major and I'm a freshman. I eat at least one banana a day, maybe two, at least the last maybe 8 years I've been eating a banana a day. And they're my favorite food.
My name is Connor McGuire. I'm a senior political science major, and my inspiration is Frat God.
I'm Emma. I'm a junior and media studies ACE management majors. My inspiration is like Julia Roberts' 90s casual stuff. So yeah.
I'm Bella. I'm a freshman at TU. I'm studying business and law, and the fit today was inspired by the fact that the Oklahoma weather is still way, way, way too hot for October. And this is the outfit.
My name is Alan. I'm a mechanical engineering major. I'm a freshman, and this fit is because she told me to wear a pink shirt, so I put on a pink shirt.
I suggested, don't say that.
He told me to put on a pink shirt, so I'm wearing a pink shirt.
West of the University of Tulsa, the Fab Lab resides. The lab manager and TU students spoke with reporter Caitlin Stotts about their time at the lab.
This week, I'm here at the Fab Lab just west of Tulsa's campus.
My name is Trevor Finsel. I'm the lab manager here at Fab Lab Tulsa. I've been with the company now about 8 years, and anything from working with Tulsa Public Schools, working with children, a little bit of STEM projects, into working with our members here, just learning machines and things like that. So here at the lab, our primary focus is around digital fabrication. So anybody can get access to us through membership. Then that membership, all types of machinery, anything from 3D printers, CNC mills, down to sewing machines. And then behind the machines, you've also got the staff support. So a couple of us always on the floor here to kind of help out, whether it's file issues into machine issues or just need an artistic eye for recommendations on something.
Here's John Pethod, a sophomore petroleum engineering student, with more.
I come to the Fab Lab mainly just for their metalworking shop. They have a lot of welders, plasma cutters, CNC machines, and sanders. And so I guess it kind of goes back to why I originally chose petroleum engineering, which is the hands-on aspect that petroleum engineering revolves so heavily on. And so kind of coming in here in the shop and working on things I want to work on, welding things, kind of building things. I have a lot of 3D printers here, so if there's something I want to build, whether it's for personal use or school use or something I kind of just want to create on my own, I can come in here after school, before school, and you know, the people here are super helpful. They'll show me around the shop, show me machines that I don't necessarily know how to use. They'll teach me how to use those machines, and then I can use those machines kind of as stepping stones to build what I want to build.
Why I love the Fab Lab, the creativity never stops. Typically, we'll get members in, especially new people, who come in for like just one set project that's on their mind. They're just here just to get it done, get out. Of course, you know, machine work takes a little bit of time, so you know, kind of talking with other people that are here, and then projects just kind of keep appearing. More things just kind of pop up. You just learn more tools, more tricks, you know, different things like that. So just always creating, which is fun.
And that's the Fab Lab with TUTV. I'm Caitlin Stotts.
Welcome back. I'm Bruce Bigler, and I'm here with TUTV's very own sports correspondent, Anderson Bell. Anderson, thanks so much for being here today.
Glad to be here, Bruce.
Yeah, so give us an overview. What's going on in the world of TU sports? How we looking?
Yeah, well, TU sports, there's some good and then there's some very bad. So I'll start with the good. Women's volleyball, they had an excellent weekend. We had a home-and-home series with Wichita State, and we completely sweep them. Dominant victories both at home and in Wichita, so good stuff there. Two of our players received American Conference honors. You had Braden Hipp and then Megan Mills, both being recognized for their performance by the American Conference. And now that we've gotten the good out of the way, let's talk about the not so good. That's TU football once again. We decided against Memphis to start Kirk Francis, and then he proceeded to throw 3 interceptions in a 7-45 loss. So until further notice, until Kirk Francis is no longer our starter, I'm not going to be talking about TU football. I'll be talking about Pink Floyd albums instead. One of my personal favorites is Metal, released in 1971. Kind of exists as a crossroads between the psychedelia, more experimental Syd Barrett-led things that they did pre-1970. And then it kind of represents the transition from that into Dark Side of the Moon and the more progressive rock, art rock type stuff. The track Echoes, which takes up the entire B-side, it's 23.5 minutes long. Very much you can see a through line between that and like Time, for example. So yeah, not talking about TU football anymore.
I love it. That's fascinating. One can only hope that TU transitions back into our former glory against OSU.
One can only hope.
Well, thanks so much for being with us, Anderson. Until next week.
Thank you, Bruce.
Those were some wonderful stories today, weren't they?
Yes.
And what an interesting album as well.
That's it for today.
See you next week, folks.